Hello everyone. Today, I will show you my amazing technique to make an air cooler body by yourself at home. I also install a 12-volt DC electric motor into it for moving this air cooler, and let us get started. Here is the cooler body I made before, and here's the new one. The first step is to draw the shape of your cooler body onto the foam. For me, this step is quite easy because I can use a penknife to cut through the styrofoam and just follow the line I made with a scalpel. This way I can make a perfect cooler body for my air cooler. So the next step is to glue together the parts that we just cut out. I will use hot glue for this job. And if you don't have any hot glue gun, check out my other video about how to make a hot glue gun from an old soldering iron. Now I just need to wait a few minutes until the hot glue is cooled down. Now I will show you what happens when we pour water into our air cooler. It's super cool, isn't it? The idea behind the cooler is pretty simple. Hot air rises and cold air sinks. So we put hot water into our air cooler, and the hot air rises and cools down the room, while the cold air sinks back down into the air cooler and evaporates. Some of the water which cools down the room even more. But now I want to take it one step further and build a small air conditioning unit out of it. If we place a fan into our cooler, then the air will be pushed out of the cooler. So we can place the cooler somewhere hidden, and the air will be pushed into the room where we need it. That's pretty awesome. But we still need a power source for our fan. You can use solar panels for that. But today, I want to show you how to build a battery-powered air cooler so you can bring it anywhere you like.
Ow.
So let's get started. First, I will show you how to build the cooler, and then I will show you how to make a portable battery-powered system out of it. To make the cooler, we need two things: a container and a lid. I think a plastic box with a lid is perfect for that. First, I will remove the lid from the box, and now I can easily bend the styrofoam around the edges of the box. This will keep the cooler sealed and waterproof. Of course, we still need a hole in the lid for the hose and maybe an opening in the box for the fan, but I will do that later. Now I will start cutting the styrofoam around the box. I try to make it look nice and clean, and of course I also cut a hole in the lid for the hose. I also add a little piece of hose onto the end of it, so it fits better into the cooler later. Next up, I will cut another piece of styrofoam for the base of the cooler. And also here, I will try to make it look as nice as possible. Let's see if it all fits together. Yes, it looks good. Let's apply some hot glue to the corners of the base. And now we can put the whole thing together. This is really fun. Wow. And now I will add some hot glue to the edges of the lid so we can attach it to the rest of the cooler body. Next up, I will add some hot glue to the edge of the hole in the lid, and I will stick the hose into it. Then I will apply some hot glue to the top side of the cooler and stick the lid onto it. This will make sure that the hose is nicely sealed inside the cooler. And now it's time to make the second hole. This one will be for the fan. I will also add some hot glue to the top of the cooler. And now I can stick the fan onto it. This looks great. We can also plug in the wires from the fan. I will use a connector so I can unplug it later if I want to. This looks good. Now I will drill a hole through the container for the hose. And also here I will add a washer to make sure the hose does not break through the container. I will also add some hot glue to the end of the hose so it sticks better inside the container. And now I can push the hose through the hole into the container. Now I will apply some hot glue to the top of the container, and I will stick the bottom part of the cooler onto it. And now we can fill up our air cooler with water. So much fun to make these kind of projects. It's like being a kid again. Okay. And now I will install the batteries for the fan. I need 4 AA batteries for it. And I will wire them up in series, so I get a higher voltage, which gives me more airflow. I will use a battery holder for that. I can easily plug the wires from the fan into the battery holder. And now we can test our new air cooler. It works so well. The only problem I have is that the water's leaking out of the cooler. But I already know how to fix that. I just need to apply some silicone sealant around the lid and the container. And also, I will seal around the hole for the hose. I'm very happy with my new air cooler. Now it is time to take it to the balcony and see if it is able to cool down the air there. Okay. It's actually quite hot today, so it will be perfect for testing. So let's give it a try. I will put the hose over the edge of the balcony and point the fan towards the hose. This will make sure that the air will be pushed over the balcony. We can leave it like this, but I think it would be better if I build a small shield for the fan so the wind can push the air better into the room. I will make it out of cardboard, and I will just cut out a piece that fits nicely around the fan. This looks good. Now I can screw it together. Now I can just put the cooler somewhere hidden and the air will be pushed out of the cardboard shield into the room. This is so cool. I can hide the air cooler somewhere in the bushes and no one will see it. The air will be pushed directly into the room. This is a great solution. Now it's time to test the air cooler in the bushes. I will cover up the air cooler with some leaves so no one will see it. And now I can just plug in the batteries and turn on the fan. The air cooler looks great in the bushes. No one will ever find it. And now I will cover up the air outlet so we can measure the temperature of the air. It's actually quite hot today, so this should work very well. We got 31 degrees Celsius. And now I will turn on the fan and let it run for a few minutes. After that, we will measure the temperature again. After 5 minutes, we have 26 degrees Celsius. That's 5 degrees of difference. That's actually quite good. So the air cooler works very well. I'm very happy with it. If you want to make such a battery-powered air cooler yourself, then check out my other video about how to build a portable air conditioner with a 12-volt DC motor. In that video, I explain everything about the DC motor and the propeller and how to wire it up. And also I have another project for you. In this video, I build a simple portable generator that is able to charge mobile phones, laptops, and even power tools. I hope you enjoyed my video, and if you have any questions, write them down below. I will try to answer them as soon as possible. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.